My favourite way of travelling from Dublin City to Dublin Airport by far is the 16 or the 16A bus leaving from O'Connell Street. Why? When you sit on the top deck of the 16 or the 16A bus, you can look out and down at every nook and cranny, every crevice, every side street of the north side of Dublin to say goodbye. This is why I do it. I say goodbye to my city before I can see it again. Up Dorset Street, Parnell Street, Drumcondra, where my grandparents come from. I absolutely love it. It's about an hour with no traffic, maybe 40 minutes, something like this. I really, really recommend it. One time, when I was traveling, I don't remember, let's call it the 16A bus. I think there's a 16B bus, but I don't want to promote that. And if there is a 16B bus, maybe it won't take you to the airport. So I was on the 16 or the 16A bus, let's say. And actually the top deck was full. Not a square inch to squeeze me pinch. And so I was sitting downstairs. And I was sitting there just looking out at my lovely north side of the city when two girls came on the bus, around 12 or 13, first year in secondary school. The oversized woolly jumpers, the long check frocks. They were coming from a Gael school. How do I know? Because they were speaking our beautiful Gaelic Irish language. One girl sat directly on my left, and her friend sat across the aisle on her left, so across from each other, speaking away in the most beautiful, beautiful Gaelic Irish language. And I was just sitting there just thinking, God, I wish I could understand more. I caught some words, Awalnia, Suas an Styra, Nadine. But I was just sitting there thinking, God, it sounds so beautiful. It's such a beautiful language. And here I am, I'm leaving my city, I'm leaving one home to go to another home. I'm going to miss this. And then suddenly, the girl on my left, directly beside me, her phone, doesn't it start to ring from her bag? So she reaches down and she answers the phone. No cześć, mamo. No cześć. No tak. No. No, jesteśmy w autobusem, za autobusem. No 16. No, jesteśmy bliżej. No 20 minut, okej. Dzięki, no pa, kocham cię. Hi, Mum. Yeah, we're on the bus. The bus 16. No, we're close. Yeah, I'll be home about 20 minutes. I love you. This girl who was sitting to my left in a long Gael skull, old school, old-fashioned, beautiful Irish school uniform, was actually Polish. So here she was, living in Ireland, probably born in Ireland, speaking English, going to a Gael school, speaking Irish, and she's actually Polish. 3 languages. My mind was blown, and I was on the way to Dublin Airport to fly to Poland, actually to Berlin, and then to Gorzów. So it was just one of the most beautiful moments of traveling I've ever had, and it was on the 16, maybe the 16A bus, leaving Dublin City. And I swear to God, this next bit happened. I get to the airport, obviously in a good mood, right? This is a beautiful experience. But I'm late. I had, call it what you will, OCD, ADD, whatever it is. I'm pretty punctual when I need to be, but sometimes I can think I have more time than I do. Put it that way. So I was late for the plane. I had to run. I was sweating. It was terrible. But I got to the plane. I was definitely the last one on. Yeah, excuse me. Yeah, sorry there. Yeah, thank you. Excuse me there. Thank you. And I arrive at my seat. The plane is waiting to leave from Dublin to Berlin. And I look above. Okay, yeah, it's me. I check the overhead compartments. They're full. Grand, put it down at my knees. Hello to the older middle-aged couple just sitting beside me. And I look at the woman, and she looks at me. And I look at the woman again. Long, slender neck, kind green eyes, short, grey hair. I know her. Dzień dobry. No, dzień dobry pana. Dzień dobry. No, dzień dobry pana. Ulica Stylanowa? This woman worked in the bakery right beside the school that I worked in when I lived in Gorzów. So I'm sitting in Dublin on the runway going to Berlin, and my seat is directly beside a woman who works in a bakery in Gorzów. And she asks me, how am I going home? And I say, home. How am I going to Gorzów? Yes, how are you going to Gorzów? I think I'm getting the train. I've always been very organized. No, you will come with us. You will come with me and my husband. My sister is picking me up from the airport. We can drive you home. And that's exactly what happened. So I went from sitting on the 16A bus through the north side of the city, listening to this beautiful Irish language spoken, to sitting on the runway in Dublin airport on the way to Berlin, and the woman beside me is actually from Gorzów, and she's kind enough and trusting enough to drive me home. So that's two little stories. I'm a little tired today, but I wanted to, every week, I want to give at least one of these stories, because they've been in me a long time, and it's so great to be able to share them. If you do like this video and the other two, you can subscribe to this channel, and please share it with people, even if they've never heard of Gorzów, especially if they've never heard of Gorzów. Thank you very much.